It's Wednesday, November 11th. I'm Mike Rogers, and this is Comic Books Deals and Deals. Over at Comic Hero University today, they have Punchline #1, the Peach Momoko, for $15. They also have Department of Truth, the In-Huck Lee, pretty much sold out everywhere else at $15, and the Mariko Indolfo Virgin variant, again, pretty much sold out everywhere else for $30. They have DCeased #4. This is an Arthur Sudam that I had missed before, $15. This is a Killing Joke zombie cover. So it's Arthur Sudam, who's a very talented artist. I'm very partial to him. The Killing Joke cover with Joker taking the picture, but he's a zombie, and it's really well done. They have that at $15. They have a nice selection of Arthur Sudam over there. Again, I'm very partial to him. Over at Oasis Comics today, they have the Department of Truth #1, the Oasis Comics exclusive. Okay, I've never seen this one before. It's an orange cover, totally different. Check it out. Still available over there. $19.99, I believe. They have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #98. Now, I wouldn't shout out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unless this was special. This is a Jay Lee cover. Jay Lee and June Chung. Black and white, $19.99. I'm partial to the color at $14.99. Feels like a steal at $14.99. It's beautiful. There's only 500 of these available. Again, TMNT 98. They have a Moon variant with Jenica on the cover. This is my favorite Jenica cover. 700 of these made. David Barron, Ryan Wynn, apparently. Check that out. Very nice over there. That's $7.99 for the book over there. It's just the best Jenica I've ever seen. I really, really like it. It's kind of cartoony, but it feels more traditional. Feels more traditional in the way that it's drawn. Like that's what that almost feels like how it would have been drawn if it was originally created by Eastman and Laird. Over at Legacy Comics today, I wanted to point out one thing. These are the prices that Legacy Comics has on the Alex Ross variant covers, and I'm seeing this across the marketplace. So certain ones of these timeless variants are going up in price, and some of them you wouldn't even figure. So I went specifically looking for the Wolverine cover. I know everybody wants the timeless Wolverine cover. They have it there at $5.99. The Spider-Man cover, which I had a bunch of, I have more. I think I might have a couple more coming in. $9.99. These were $4.99 books, I believe. $4.99, $5.99 books. So these are the ones that have increased in price. I just wanted to give you a heads up on these in case you have them in your collection. So if you are going to sell them, you know that, hey, it's a $10 book. Or if you're going out and collecting them, these are the ones that are collecting the most money right now. These are the ones that are money-wise becoming the most collectible. So the Wolverine is at $5.99. I thought that'd be the highest. Spider-Man, $9.99. Silver Surfer, $14.99. Iron Man, $9.99. Hulk, $9.99. Storm, that's that double-sized X-Men, $9.99. Mr. Fantastic, now that's just Mr. Fantastic. That Mr. Fantastic is Fantastic Four #24 with the Thor. There's an 8-page Thor comic book in the back. It's the Black Winter Thor. There's a whole story in there. There's an 8-page comic book in the back of Fantastic 24. Thor Nexus War, I believe it's called. So that's a book you want to get. You want to get Fantastic Four 24. There's 4 covers. There's 4 Alex Ross covers. There's Mr. Fantastic. There's Sue Storm, Johnny Blaze, and what's his face? And they all have the why can't I think of his name right now? They all have that Thor story in the back of them. But for some reason, the Mr. Fantastic is at $9.99 of them all. Maybe that was a smaller print run. I don't know. Grim. Ghost Rider #99. Ghost Rider's at $9.99 too. Ben Richards? Reed Richards and Ben. Oh my God, this is going to bug me. Ghost Rider, the Ghost Rider Timeless variant, $9.99. That one's at $10 as well. So those books right there are the Alex Ross that I've actually taken off in price. 3 Jokers. They have the 3 Jokers 1 through 3. Now, you might be able to find this other places, but I'm finding it more difficult to find 1, 2, and 3 in the same place. They have Jokers 1 through 3. This is still over at Legacy Comics. $6.99 a piece. They also have the 1 in 25, the color. Just had that, there's the pink, the purple, and the green. And then the 1 in 100, the black and white. They also have most of the Joker covers that were available. They did a ton of them. But they had a really nice 3 Joker selection, which is getting picked over. They said that they're going to be doing a continuation to that story, so people are now revisiting that and getting those copies. I think it's gonna do well historically. King in Black. Okay, there is a Mike McClone exclusive blacklight variant that would be in my thumbnail, but it's such a wacky cover. I couldn't even put it in my thumbnail because it's a blacklight cover. So it's black, red. The colors are really vibrant, and it looks like it's Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy on the cover, and they've got like T-shirts that are like Venom T-shirts that are like null T-shirts. They've got the null symbol on them that would be lit up in a blacklight room. Very good cover. If I could have put it in the thumbnail, I would have $6.99. I'm sorry, that is $25.99 for the Virgin variant, $12.99. This is again over at Legacy Comics Campus. They have the Ryan Stegman 1 per store. This is the Venom 30 Ryan Stegman. No, I'm sorry, the King in Black Ryan Stegman 1 per store. Check it out. Very cool. $39.99. Over at Turbo Comics today. Turbo Comics is like the home for Batman. They're a Batman heavy over there, but they've got a lot of stuff. So this is the first time I've been there. I found a ton of stuff over there. First of all, they have the Batman Who Laughs #5. It's in the thumbnail today. It's that Victor Kalvachek. Kalchev. Kalvachev. Sorry. That Batman Who Laughs, the white cover that's in the thumbnail today, they've got it over at Turbo Comics. I didn't write down the price, but I think it's like $15. It was not expensive. They have Black Cat J Aceto. This is a Marvel X variant. I can't remember. I don't know if it was #1 or not. The cover just blew me away. I've never seen Black Cat like this before. I was like, is that a nullified version? I think there's a new suit or something. I don't know what's going on. It's that Marvel X variants that I've liked a lot. Check it out, $8. Then in the DCeased. Okay, so Ben Oliver did these. If you're a big fan of DCeased, Ben Oliver did these DCeased covers. I haven't seen these before. They're close-up face covers of like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and all the big people, all the villains. And their faces are like they are definitely deceased and decayed, and like they look like they were just woken up from the grave. Like they're like almost surprised that they're like that they're there. And their faces are all gray, all cut up. These are gorgeous covers. I mean, they sound crazy, but they're gorgeous. Ben Oliver and then John Gianch did some DCeased ones as well. They got them all there. If you missed them, check them out. I think they're about $15 a piece. They have the Wolverine #1, the Chip Kid die cut, the yellow cover with the claws coming through it. They got it $10 over at Turbo Comic Shop. Check them out today. Over at Big Country Comics, these guys are in Canada. They have a Department of Truth #1, the Hugh Rockwood variant that no one has ever seen before. Definitely check this out. These guys are in Canada, so you're going to pay a little bit to get it shipped there, but this is $15, 15 US dollars. It's another Department of Truth that you've never seen before. Big Country Comics exclusive. I've never heard of Big Country Comics before. Check it out. They also have Last Ronin exclusives. $27. This is the Mike Roth wraparound cover. And what I wrote down was, this is awesome. It has the classic blue inks from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3 is like this street scene. There's this blue ink that they use in that cover that they kind of represent in this Mike Roth cover. I just love it. It's a wraparound cover. It's $27. It's the Last Ronin. Love it. Over at Trinity Comics today, so I went to Trinity Comics, and the first thing I see is the Something's Killing the Children #12, the Dan Quintana, which is in the thumbnail today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that sold out. I'm like, damn it. So I'm like, okay, Dan Quintana, where's Dan Quintana's store? Found it. Dan Quintana has his Something's Killing the Children at his own store. It's $45, but you're getting it signed and remarked. So you're going to see it in the thumbnail today. If you like it, you'll see the link in the descriptions below. You can get it, but it's going to be $45 and it's going to be signed and remarked. on the whole thought of looking at artist websites, finding an artist website when you see a comic sold out. Ink Collectibles represents Justine Franny. Now, they don't represent her, but you can find some of her work there. Now, not only can you find some of her comic books there, you can find the original artwork there as well. So they have, you can get Seven Secrets #1 at $19.99. I know people were looking for that. That's that Akira cover. They have a package of her Die #1 cover and her Mercy #1 cover for $65. I didn't know she did a Die #1. She's a very hot artist. $65 is a lot to spend, but it is available there. Her Something's Killing the Children #13, it's the main character. I always forget her name. I'm always forgetting everybody's names now. Ugh, okay. But it's this great Justine Franny cover on Something's Killing the Children #13. Beautiful, beautiful art. You can get the original for $2,500. You're going to find a lot of her original. You can get the original artwork of that cover, that painting, or that whatever that is, that medium that they use to do it, for about $2,500. And I think that's amazing. It makes everything so accessible. I love the fact that you can get both her comic books that she's done and the original art to that comic book. Everybody should have one of those websites. So that's up to Ink Collectibles. Check that out. Ninja Dairy Comics. Okay. Met these guys last night. You can find them at YouTube. I'm going to have their YouTube link below and their Instagram below, but they also have a website. And on their website, they have the Thor #9, the Frozen Phoenix variant at $3.99. That thing's gone. Okay, you're not going to find that anywhere at $3.99. They have Miles Morales #20, the B cover. This is the Taurin Clark cover. I've been talking about this for over a month. It's a beautiful cover. I was just looking at Miles Morales, 19, 20, and 24, I guess. So the three numbers that keep popping up. This cover is gorgeous, and it's sold out everywhere now. They've got it over there at cover price. It was not expensive. They have Spawn #311, the Carlo. I'm going to mess it up, so I'm not even going to try. Barbari. I'm calling it the Three Amigos. Basically, it's classic Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and Medieval Spawn, all the same cover. Totally overlooked at $2.99. If you're a big Spawn fan, you can still get Spawn 310, the Matina A cover, the one that I dropped in the street and then walked on for $2.99 by mistake. And then they also have the 310, the Ninja cover at $2.99 over there. So they got a bunch of comics available over there that aren't available anywhere else. Ninja Dairy Comics. Look in the links below. In their King in Black section, they have the 1 in 200 wraparound. It's $250. It's the wraparound cover. It's the every symbiote ever cover. Check it out. I mean, it's $250. It's the 1 in 200 King in Black. $250 sounds about right for that, honestly. Check it out. Even if you're not going to buy it, check it out just because it's supposed to be every symbiote ever. So there might be some things in there that take a look at it. See what you see. And it's a gorgeous cover too. There's a lot going on there. It's a wraparound, but it is cool. Every symbiote ever. Over at Wrath of Comics. Wrath of Comics is one of our sponsors. We use CBS&D 10 every day at Wrath of Comics. Get 10% off our order. That's CBSD10 at checkout. They have Last RHODE #1. Okay, they've got Last RHODE #1. You can go there and get Last RHODE #1 for $15. Use CBSD 10 at the checkout and get 10% off that. They have in there Something's Killing the Children section. Wrath of Comics is one of these places that people are shopping at, and I can't understand why. They have Something is Killing the Children #1. They have the Frizen at $54.95 and the J. Lee at $49.95. They have #2, the A cover at $19.95. They have #3, the variant at $19.95. They have #3, the A cover at $19.95. They have #8, #9, #10, #11, all between $3.75 and $12.95. They have Strange Academy #1, the second and the third print, $9.95 and $3.95 respectively. They have the Ramos wraparound cover, $62.50. You cannot find this anywhere. This is a Strange Academy that came out a while ago. I don't know if it's number one. I think it is number one. This was this Ramos variant that came out. It $62.50. This book was $60 immediately. It immediately became a $60 book when this book came out. You can't find it now unless you look it on eBay. They've got it over there for $62.50. Again, that's a great price. If you didn't count for inflation, that's an amazing price. They have the J. Scott Campbell Strange Academy number one, both the trade and the Virgin variant. The Virgin variant is $64.95 and the trade at $39.95. They have all of the previous Department of Truths. I don't know what that means. They have the Department of Truth number one, the A and the B cover, and Department number two, the A and the B cover. Difficult to find, and all at $9.95 for the 1A, and all others are $3.95. So the 1A is $9.95. The rest are $3.95. You might want to go and pick those up. It's the hottest series in the world right now. Department of Truth is just absolutely gigantic right now. It feels bigger than Something's Killing the Children. It feels like it has more traction than a lot of other things, because although it's going some crazy ass places, it feels like it could move almost right into a movie or a TV or spark thoughts or ideas that could make a movie or a TV show very easily. People are all over this series. This is the new hot one. And you can get them over there at Wrath of Comics. They have them all over there, just waiting. They also have a deal where you can get the A and the B cover. I talk about this every day. Get the A and the B cover in the pin set. Over at Mighty Thorpe Comics, also, they were our first sponsor. Using CBS&D 10 over there to get 10% off our order every day. And they have the Thor number 9, the Hillenbrand. Okay, now, I don't know what's up with this book, but this book is selling out everywhere. I've seen people buying multiple copies of this book. The Thor number 9, Hillenbrand, is the book that you want to look out for. Definitely look for that book. They got it right up front. Miles Morales number 20, the Clark. They've got that right up front. Make sure that's still actually available. That might be selling out now. If it isn't, you know what? I just told you another place you can get it. Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, $4.99 for the $4.99 for the A cover. If you can't find that anywhere else, you can get it at Mighty Thorpe, and you're going to take 10% off using CBS&D 10 at checkout. Cyberpunk 2077. This is the number 3 at $3.99. Now, not only is this an amazing cover, but this series has so much heat behind it because there's a video game that everybody's waiting for it to come out, and they keep pushing it off, and they keep pushing it off. And I think it's December now. It might be into January. I don't know. But I think people are turning to the comic book series to get some relief for the fact that they're not getting the video game. So I don't see the comic book series really cooling down until the video game comes out. And I heard yesterday it was like December or January. So keep an eye on, regardless of even that, keep an eye on Cyberpunk. If you can get Cyberpunk 2077 1 and 2, pick up 3. If you can go back and get 1 and 2, I would recommend it. There's so much heat behind this series and the video game. People are crazy for this, and the covers are beautiful. The Call of the Week. Mighty Thorpe always provides us with the Call of the Week. And it's the way that they place their information in the books that they're selling. You always find it. You got to go down to the bottom of the page. You got to look a little bit harder. But if you go to the bottom of the page, you're going to find a book that you've never heard of. It's going to be from a smaller press. This week, it's Origins. Origins, 1 of 6. It's a 6-part series. $3.99. This is the A cover by Rebelka. Now, this is a series about human society has ended due to a scientist who basically does research on AI. He kind of mistakenly ends the human race, and all that's left is AI. And I believe they bring him back. They either bring him back or he finds himself as the last person on Earth, and he works with one particular AI unit to try to bring humanity back to life. So I was like, okay, that's a huge premise. That's giant. So many different ways you can go with that. I'm not seeing a lot of ways you can screw it up unless you put politics in it like anything else. But Origins #1. I'm always trying to look at that book. That what's Robbie going to be calling back? What's Robbie, a pop culture philosopher, is going to be calling about in a week? I'm going with Origins 1. Looks good. I read the little synopsis on it. Synopsis sounds really cool. It kind of looks like it has that next indie that's coming down the road to take a look at. So I was listening to some reviews this morning. I like to get out and try to listen to some reviews, some comic books, try to get different opinions on the books that are coming out. Today I was over at Second Street Marvel. Check out Second Street Marvel. He was talking about Amazing Spider-Man #52, and he said he was great and he loved it. He said the artwork was great, totally got him, totally captured his attention, and was one to totally look out for. Another one, I believe that was him. I was watching Second Street Marvel and there was one other person, but I believe this was Second Street Marvel. Firepower #3. Said that it was filled with action and a book that we should be checking out. So we saw Firepower 1 had all this attention to it. Then we got #2, which apparently was a little bit slower, and #3 is full action. So when you get to a #3 and there's a little bit of heat on #3, you want to go back and go and grab #1 and 2 because you have a little opportunity here to get 3. Go back and get 1 and 2. And go back and get 1 and 2. There's something with 1 too. Is there a preview? There might be a preview in Firepower #1. Not sure. Punchline #1. Marika Andolfo art is this book. Apparently the interiors, and they were showing the interiors by Marika Andolfo, are amazing. Somebody was saying manga-like. I said a little Momoko-like. It's definitely not Momoko-like, but when you see it in the most basic of ways, it is, because it almost looks like it has a little watercolor and pen in it. In the most basic of ways, it definitely has sort of a Asian feel to it. So this is punchline #1. Mariko Andolfo did the interior, so it doesn't matter what cover you get. But check it out. Now, on that note, I did notice at Bag and Board they have for $40 the punchline #1, the special, the design variant, which would have been done by Jimenez. So the Jimenez design variant for the punchline #1 special, not Batman #62, but the punchline #1 special with her on the cover, is available at Bag and Board for $40. Very difficult to find. $40 is a very solid price on that book. So Bag and Board does have that book if you're looking for punchline #1. But doesn't matter what cover you get. Rico Andolfo's did the interiors. The story I've heard from the other person that I listened to this morning was Second Street Marvel, and then I love the reviews from Gem Collectables. His comic book reviews are awesome. He might have actually been the ASM. He was the ASM 52 and the Spider-Man #3. Punchline #1 was Second Street Marvel. He gave me the tip on that. And then Scarrant was also Second Street Marvel. And he said the art, he showed the book and the art was like, didn't do much for me. The art was not grabbing me, but the story looks great. The story looks very good. And the story looks like it has some places to go. It doesn't look like it's doing the things that other series are doing. It's definitely doing its own thing, and it's only a 4-issue miniseries. Over at Sideshow Collectables. Sideshow Collectables is doing a 1-day warehouse find sale. So this is a 1-day sale, it appears, of the stuff that they found in their warehouse. And I was just looking at it, and I really want to get to a point where I am offering either my patrons or my viewers Sideshow stuff. And not to compete at all with like Gem Mint or anybody who's doing that type of stuff. I think my tapestry is about to fall. I'm talking about so this is a 9-inch character, and this is from I can't remember, Applause, 1985, 1986. And this is a 9-inch character. I'm talking about their 12-inch format characters. So they're a little bit bigger than this, but I like this size because this size reminds me of like the GI Joes, um, and stuff like that. You know, like when I was growing up, right before Star Wars came out, your action figures were kind of this size, and then Star Wars kind of brought it down a little bit, and kind of regulated it down at that size. But I like the 9 and the 12-inch characters. So if I want to try to get to a point with either the Patreons, with my patrons, or my viewers that we're bringing in um, sideshow collectibles and doing some of those, giving some of those away because they're great and they're not all that crazy expensive. Um, this thing behind me is about to fall. So that is about all I have. Definitely, as always, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You know I come on at weird times, so hit that notification button. Leave a comment. YouTube loves the comments. And I'll talk to you later.